And they hit us with dope and kill us with crack. With a fuck with your leaders, I'm curious. You cashed out on your blood. You traded you in and bought a new bitch. You ain't see the profits, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say your votes won't tell you no more. I swear these crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga and fed me. I'm on parole because of the COVID. It feel like the hoes in this world and double together. Know it's gold in the ghetto. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just on the devil, the skull never settle. Yeah, he the props. Sometimes these niggas keep talking about, you respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ass need to pockets. Like we all come together. You know what I'm saying? They say God so loved the world. God so loved the world, and know your ass need to stop and ass need to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Hey, gentlemen, y'all don't pray on our knees, nigga. Stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ass shit. But when I'm gonna step outside of the show for the fake niggas, stay silent. I got it. Let's go, let's go. Ain't taking no loss. Ain't no talking, but we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with your heart. I'ma be low to the right arm. That's how we can't keep it safe. And I can never let bygones be bygones. Got you, baby mother on high on high. Baby pass through the fire. That shit props. That baby soul belong to the Lord. I dare you born. You never will fail your bitch. I can afford. I'm pissed off. You bring my water. Push your leaders weak. Let them lies slip through their teeth. Yeah, need to stop it. Yeah, see the props.
That's just the reality, Christian. I'm trying to make you feel. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist to lie.
Boy, your ass need to stop it. Ass shit. Give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Stand up, serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life. I'm on this for life, nigga, this a blood. And yo, Madara, it go a class for you, my nigga. 140 for the road. The world turned its back open. I'm a criminal. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different ones. Ain't no way out, I'll tell you once. Don't pray for nothing, nothing in the curse. We can't forgive us for good. Remain in the trenches. Trust in the Lord, but please forgive me for the times that I did or if ratings give me. Have your respect to your pre-order. Because you didn't say this loyalty is best sins, look. Trying to pick up with a blind fit. They said they'll be many mansions. I'm just grinding for my time share. The devils and clan fair. They hunt you like bad pal. But ain't no getting out the game like you want it. Or if you take that old fish a Dundee. Try to deal death to a priest. You won't make it out in one piece. So you can stand. Just make sure you got the heart. Say your name 3 times and it's death to his heart. Look. So how you feel about this truth about the show? You take it like you think, you nigga. I should walk out. Even your own people on this show. And the little one said they hate you for my name. So you better keep it on. Ain't no more guessing. Ain't no more questions. Make sure my election till I'm tucked away like George Jeffs. Murder for capital nines, murder at the Capitol. The world is amazing, we like fuck a rain. I'll pity those watching life as it go by. Be giving mercy in his life, I don't know why. In pump smoke, never try to avoid. They dead on my brother, be the dead, so I don't give a phone salute, my nigga. Salute, my nigga. Like how you stay focused, I told him I'm motivated cause of you, my nigga. Brotherhoods and weapons, still got weapons on the scene. Now I never do my niggas like Bishop near out here. Never mind in all beliefs, they under anesthesia. Shorty say she leaving, say she wanna let that love go. So I let that love go. But if I bring you to my bed, that's a blood. So, how you feel about this truth out the show? This ain't the like you think, you niggas. I should want even your own people on this home. And the Lord said they hate you for my name, so you better keep it on. Yeah.
All right, Shalom Israel. It's ISUPK Res, ISUPK Reservations. Back at it again here to let all so-called North American Indians, our Hispanic brothers as well, that let them know the truth that we are, us as blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, we are the Israelites of antiquity. We are the true chosen people of the Lord. I'm Priest and Officer of 1,000 Karyash. Joining with me today is Priest and Officer of 50 Kazawa, man. Brother came out here to help us out with this class, so we appreciate that brotherhood. That brotherhood he came to show us, once again, here holding it down like Command J. Hunter has been holding it down since the ISUPK has been holding down this truth since 1969. If you got any questions, you put them down below in the chat. We're going to get to them. What we're going to be going over today is the destruction. The prophecies are unfolding across the earth right now. What you've seen right now on the earth is the last days of the American Empire. Right. The American Empire, America ain't going to last forever. I know through all the propaganda, all through all the songs, all the movies, all the documentation. You think America's gonna last forever? America's gonna last and shine from sea to shining sea. Well, that's not the case, and it's in the Bible. According to the Bible, according to what you're seeing right now in the world, is the end of America. Is the final days of the American Empire, and it's coming. Christ prophesied it. The prophets of old, they prophesied it. That's in the Bible as always.
That's right.
The prophets before us had prophesied the downfall of kingdoms.
Right.
And that's what you're seeing right now. The Babylonian Empire fell. The Egyptians, the Romans, the Greeks, all these major empires, and what did they have in common? They had the children of Israel in slavery, man. Damn right. They had the children of Israel in captivity. Every major empire that has ever existed on this earth existed because they had the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians in captivity. That's what you got to realize. The Babylonians, the Egyptians, the Greeks, and the Romans, all of them, that's how they became so powerful, and the Lord destroyed them for it.
Right.
The Lord destroyed them. Why? Because they misused God's chosen people. And no one has been more guilty of it than America itself. For 500 years, America has raped and pillaged and destroyed the North American Indian. America has stolen our culture. Everything that makes us who we are, America has stolen it. Not only did he steal it from the North American Indian, they stole it from the Hispanics. They stole it from the Mexicans, the Salvadorians, the Guatemalans, the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans. And then he stole it from the black man, the West Indians, our brothers out there in Jamaica, Trinidad. We are all suffered this curse, but not the Chinese, not the East Indians, not the Europeans. All of them get to come here to America and get to live the American dream.
Right.
They all come here and they get to live a better life than the life they once had. But when the Mexicans come here, they got to mop floors. When the Mexicans come here, they got to clean toilets. Right. The North American Indians have always been here. They got to live and die on reservations.
Right.
The average family on the reservation makes $5,000 a year.
Wow.
How you going to live off that? It kills me when niggas love to talk about, oh, the Native Americans, they got reparations. The Native Americans, the reservations, that they got their own land, they got their own government. You ain't never been on a Native American reservation.
Right.
My mom's personally, she been on more than I've been. Mm-hmm. And the one, I remember she told me a story. She was on a Lakota reservation. The brother, he was building houses on it, some beating down houses. They had some land, so they trying to build some houses on them. Guess what he was paying them in?
What's that?
Crack.
What?
Yeah, he was paying these brothers in crack cocaine. So he had fiends, crackheads building the houses he was doing. You understand? And and you think the Native American, what reparations is a reservation. I hear this so many times with niggas that don't know history, that don't know the psychology of the North American Indian Reservation. The North American Indian Reservation ain't no different than the ghettos. Ain't no different than the barrios. Mm-hmm. That's what we got to realize. If you could, because I want, grab me Hosea 4:1. Okay. This is what we got to come down to the nitty-gritty of. America has destroyed God's chosen people. America has destroyed the North American Indian. When now we think we're savages. To now we think our relatives are the Asians and the Mongolians. That's who we think our relatives are, our ancestors are. Same with the Hispanics. The Hispanics think the same thing. Same with black people. Black people don't think Mexicans and Native Americans are related to them.
Right.
They think, our ancestors are in Wakanda, in Ghana, and Uganda. All these booty scratching Africans don't give a damn about you, man.
Yeah, right.
You know, just like the Asians don't give a damn about the North American Indian. The North American Indians love to claim, oh, well, we got more ancestry and more, we're more blood related to the Asians. Ain't no Asian ever came out and marched out for the North American Indians.
Right.
They still in your land every day, but ain't no one ever came out to help out the North American Indians. I ain't never seen no Chinese man, and I've been to a few rallies. I've been to right there, right next to the North American Indians. So I know a little thing or two. And I ain't never seen a Chinese, Japanese, Korean. Nah, why? Because they got their own struggle going on.
Right.
They got their own, what they fighting for? Not to be called, what was that bill they passed? No Asian hate or something like that.
Yeah,
Asian hate. They get called words. And that's what hurts them. They get called mean words. Chinks and COVID carriers, you know, which is true. So I don't know how they're going to get mad, but y'all get lynched. That's what I don't understand. I can't compare no one else's struggle to our struggle.
Right.
Because only Native Americans, blacks, and Hispanics, it's only us that die.
Right.
Not only do we get insulted, not only are we called a proverb, not only are we called savages and spics and niggas, we died for it. We died for being a spick. We died for being a nigger. We died for being a savage. But the Chinese don't die. They don't die for being a chink.
Right.
Let you go try to shoot someone in Chinatown. You are getting lead put in you. You understand? Chinatown is one of the most protected places in America. But guess where the riots broke out here in Chicago? Little Village. Get Humble Park. That's what we don't realize. Black and Hispanic neighborhoods, when all them riots was going on just a year ago, it was us that suffered.
Right.
It wasn't Chinatown that was worried. It wasn't Greek Town. It wasn't the Polacks. They was all doing good. The East Indians ain't had to worry about nothing. Only we suffered from it, man.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, we suffer in this kingdom. Everyone else, they got their own little make-believe struggle, but it's only us that had to reap and pay for this place. It's only us that if you could dig up the bones, that you would only see Native Americans, blacks, and Hispanics. They love to say, oh, the Irish built the railroads, the Chinese, yeah, we'll give you that. But what you put in slavery? Did you have your whole entire culture ripped from you?
Right.
Were you thrown onto boarding schools where they forced you to forget every piece of your heritage and culture, man? The Irish ain't go through that.
Right.
The Irish are doing good for themselves now. They got pubs, they got a whole baseball team. They doing good for themselves. Go ahead.
So if I could, the Irish run the police department now.
I can't forget that. McClary, McCannon, everybody with a Mick in there, man. They all your cops. Same with the Polish. Same with the East Indians. All of them. They love this claim an immigrant story, and they had to come and hustle. But it's the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans and the Guatemalans that still don't reap nothing. They've been here 500 years, blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, but we suffered the most.
Right.
No one suffered like we have suffered. The Chinese ain't suffered like us. The Japanese ain't suffered like us. The East Indians, all these devils that come in from Europe, they all don't suffer like you.
That's right.
No one suffers like blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. And that's why America's got to be destroyed.
That's right.
Because he put every other nation above you. You built America.
Right.
With your blood, sweat, and tears for over 500 years. It's been blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians slaving away to build America up to the greatest empire it's ever been. To this day, we fighting their wars. To this day, who's number one in their police force? Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. Who's the CEOs of every damn near industry? Black and Hispanic women. That's what we still make this place run. There wouldn't be an America without blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. But here's the thing. They know that, but yet they put you under. They ain't afraid to pull you over and put holes in your goddamn back. They pulled a damn, what was he, an Army Ranger, a Marine? They pulled him out of his goddamn car and beat that brother, man.
Right.
And like he didn't go and die in wars and risk his life.
Right.
There's like so many other brothers, like that Native American brother, when he was at the Trump rally and they was there singing in front of the White House. He fought in Vietnam. And that's how they're going to treat you, man. They all see you the same. You could try and put on a uniform, but you just going to be another savage.
Right.
You just going to be another spick to them. Go ahead, give me that, because I want.
Kind of a con. Hosea chapter 4, verse 1.
Go ahead.
Hear the word of the Lord, Ye children of Israel.
You what?
Children of Israel.
You children of Israel, you blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. You got to hear the words of the Lord. This Bible right here, we say it 1,000 times, and we proved it 1,000 times over. This book is not the book of our oppressor. This is not the book of the European, the colonizer, whatever you want to call them.
Right.
This is the book of blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. Our original history originates in this book.
Right.
Our truth, everything, all our culture that we think been ripped away from us is in this Bible. Fringes are where the North American Indians got their fringes from, in the Bible. The reason we wear our braids, the reason we grow our hair out is in the Bible. It's all in the Bible. What was it? The guerrilla warfare tactics that the North American Indian, blacks and Hispanics are famous for is in the Bible. That's what we got to come to realization of. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, this book right here is your history book. It's not no other nation's book. It's our book. It's the books of the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians.
Right.
It's our book. It isn't the book of the Europeans. He don't got the swagger. He don't got the style. He don't got the class. He don't got the spirit to be God's chosen people. That's why you saw what was going on a few weeks ago with the Palestinians and the Israelis. Why? Because the Lord wants them to destroy themselves, man. He wants that to lead into World War III. China and Iran have still got beef with one another.
Right.
So do the Russians. Russia and China are still, it was Russia and China. They still doing military training together. This is all ramping up. The stage is being set for World War III. But here's the thing you don't know. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you are the ones who are going to win World War III. Right. It's going to be the North American Indians that are going to win World War III.
Damn right.
It's going to be the blacks and the Hispanics that are going to win World War III.
That's right.
It's not going to be America. It's not going to be Chinese. It's not going to be none of them. It's going to be us, the children of Israel. And we're not going to do it with nukes. We're not going to lift one bomb. We're not going to launch one missile. We're not going to pick up one gun. We're not going to do nothing. We're not going to storm the White House like the Proud Boys. We're going to do something more powerful. And we're going to get niggas off of drugs. We're going to get the Native American Indians on the reservation. We're going to get them off of heroin. We're going to help them with their psyche and get them off of the depression state that they suffer. And you know, the North American Indian, we are #1 in suicide. The North American Indians, we are #1 in suicide. We are #1 in depression. Why? Because imagine living on a world, on a continent that you know should be yours. Right. And you're not even allowed to leave a damn reservation. A lot of the reservations suffer hate crime. Let you leave that reservation all the way till dusk. You're getting lynched. You're getting shot. If you're a woman, Lord, you don't even want to know what's going to happen to you. There's so many of our sisters. It's a damn movement now. Every year all I hear is hashtag no more missing sisters, no more missing sisters. And what has that been doing for us? Nothing. What the North American Indians need, what we need on our reservations is strong men willing to defend us. Damn right. You don't need no police. You don't need no chief and council. They ain't going to do nothing for you. What you need is Commanding General Yohana and his soldiers. Man. That's right. They're going to make sure ain't none of us get grabbed up. You give the reservations complete control over the Commanding General Yohana. Commanding General Yohana going to change the reservation overnight. Damn right. There ain't going to be no more drug dealers on the reservations. Wow. I pray we understand. There ain't going to be no more gang members on the reservation. I pray we understand. And they definitely ain't going to be no more missing sisters. Right. But that's what we are coming to the realization. For us to accept Commander General Yohana and come in with our brothers, first we got to love one another, man. That's right. We got to do what Christ prescribed and love black people as we love ourselves. Right. Love the Hispanics as we love ourselves. Hear the word of the read it one more time.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel.
Go ahead.
For the Lord had the controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
Yes, what?
A controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
The Lord has a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. Who are the inhabitants of the land? Every other nation on this earth. The Lord got a controversy with them. Meaning what? What's controversy?
That means he has a disagreement. He
got beef with them. Yeah, that's what we got to come to. Beef with them. He got a problem with the inhabitants of the earth. And we're going to see why. Go ahead.
What kind? Because there is no truth.
Go ahead.
Nor mercy.
Go ahead.
Nor knowledge of God in the land.
In this land called America, there is no truth. All of everything you learned in your history books, everything you learned in the American society has been all lies. Christopher Columbus didn't discover America.
Right.
The North American Indians, surprise, surprise, ain't savages.
Right.
The black man is not 3/5 of a man.
Right.
The Hispanics are not illegals. Like everything you've been taught here in American society is a damn lie. It's all brainwashing and propaganda. There is no truth in this land.
Right.
Why? If there was truth in this land, it would be nothing but blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians making decisions in Congress. It'd be them making the decisions of how this country goes.
Right.
They would be getting a stimulus check every single week for their suffering and their crimes. To this day, the Jewish man that suffered what, 5 years? 5 years in World War II and 11 million deaths. Try 100 million. Try 100 million black people that died on the slave trade over here alone. Try the 100 million Native Americans that got wiped out for Christopher Columbus. That's just during his time. His time was over 80 million. So then we got to take into the account the arrival of custard in the 1880s, the killings and the lynchings in the 1900s. Then we got the Hispanics that to this day they being shot dead at the border. Like this is crimes that is going on. Why? Because there's no mercy in the land either.
Right.
These are God's chosen people. And they do everything for America. They're your police officers. They're your nurses and your doctors. They're your delivery men. They're your scientists. Every blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians are what keep America running. The reason America is a global superpower is because blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, we make America run. America runs on us. They don't run on nothing else. If we was to disappear tomorrow, America would go in disarray. It'd be a damn outburst. They wouldn't know what to do with themselves. They're gonna be jumping off of skyscrapers. They're gonna be blowing their brains out because all the flavors out the land. Because there's no mercy in this land, and there's no knowledge of the Lord. Look what they legalizing. They legalizing marijuana. They legalizing pedophilia. They legalizing homosexuality. The Lord been told us. Hell, let's not even think about what the Lord said in the Bible. Let's look at science. That's what kills me. Cats always want to talk about, well, science. Let's talk about science. Except when it comes to homosexuality. When it comes to homosexuality, then we don't want to talk about science. We don't want to talk about the colonization with HIV and AIDS. Oh, we don't want to talk about that now. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. But once it comes to the Bible and let's talk about science. But once it comes to homosexuality, we don't let them live their life. Let them do what they like. It's an alternative lifestyle. Well, that alternative lifestyle gonna get you killed.
Right.
Just like smoking cigarettes. Go get high all you want. Go smoke some crack. Go smoke meth. Whatever you do, you're gonna die from it. You're gonna die, and there's so many different ways you could die, and you just know you're going through it. If you're a person that have ever gotten high, that's what goes in your mind. The paranoia. Whether you're high off crack, whether you're high off weed, you get that paranoia. Am I speaking lies because I don't want?
You're absolutely right, sir.
And that's what it is, man. Because we know our end is near. That's why we have to change ourselves. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, we have to change because America's judgment is coming sooner every single day.
Yeah, right.
And for you not to be caught up in it, you must change your life. Give me more because I don't want.
Hosea chapter 4, verse 2. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing.
And what?
And killing and stealing.
Don't that sound like America? By lying on God's chosen people. By killing and stealing. You killed damn near an entire race for 2 continents. You killed them for North America. You killed them for South America, Central America. Now all of the Americas belongs to the so-called white man. The entire earth belongs to him. By what? By killing and stealing. You stole an entire world, man. You stole people. You colonized the place, man. You came here and you the illegal immigrant. You coming here illegally, as you like to claim. You came here illegally, killed the inhabitants of the land, and then called them illegal immigrants. You invaded. Imagine that someone breaks into your home because I want, and then says, "All right, you're the intruder. I got power of this land. I got the guns. I got everything. I'm overpowering you. You're the intruder now." And then they kick you out the house. Right. And now you trying to get back in your house, and they say, "Oh no, you're breaking into my house." They call the cops and everything. The cops say, "Well, yeah, you're the intruder." That's America. Go ahead.
Salaki, if I could, wasn't it a story like that where the woman police officer
thought it was somebody in her crib. She was in the wrong crib. Or
Right,
something.
yeah.
Killed the
And
brother.
she shot and killed the brother.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was Botham Jean, you know?
Kind of.
That was Botham Jean. There have been so many killings, man. It's ridiculous. The same thing happened with the Hispanic brother. That it was damn near like a week apart. They went in. His name Ishmael Lopez. Ishmael Lopez. They went to the wrong house. They got a call from about a domestic dispute. They went to the wrong house. They kicked in this dude's door. Him with his kids. He don't speak no English, so he's wondering why these cops trying to arrest him, and they shoot him dead in his house in front of his kids.
Damn, good night.
And that's what they do to us. Imagine that. That's why the Lord says there's no truth in this land. Right. There's no mercy. By swearing, lying, and killing and stealing, America has been built on. America is built on the bloodshed of the North American Indians.
Right.
America is built on the bloodshed of the Hispanics, of the black man, woman, and child. But I got news for you. America is gonna pay for all of that. Like Christ gonna come get it back in blood. Everything you paid, everything you delivered, you gonna get that twofold to you. But for that to happen, blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you must change your lifestyle, man. We can't keep doing the same things we've been doing. Right. We can't expect God to fight for us, and we getting high, and we being sexual deviants, we being pedophiles, and we being gang members. That's not what the Lord wants. The Lord wants blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians to unite, to come together. Once we get together, there ain't gonna be no way they can divide us.
Right.
Go ahead, give me that, because I don't want to be good.
Kind of Slakia. And committing adultery.
What's adultery?
That's when you if you're in a relationship, it's when you go outside of your relationship. So this is talking serving other guys, pretty much.
Not in this one.
Okay.
When it said commit adultery here, it's talking about actual adultery. So like the homosexuality, the pedophilia, damn near there's cats out here doing what that thing you do with animals. I forget what it's called. Damn near costs. They doing it though. That's all you gotta know. They doing it out here. Every transsexuality, gender fluid, all that nonsense is garbage. What America promotes. You go into a job now, fill out a job application. You're gonna tell you male, female, or other. The Lord only made male and female. The hell's the other? You know what I'm saying? All of this land is full of confusion, man. Just like Babylon. That's why the scriptures calls this place the daughter of Babylon. Just like everything Babylon did in Sodom and Gomorrah as well. Called this place Sodom. Why? Because every wicked thing that happened in Sodom and Gomorrah and in Babylon is happening here in America. There is no fear of the Lord. There is nothing but homosexuality rampant up the streets. They're trying to effeminize our men every single day. And that's the problem. That's what happened with the North American Indians. Our men have became weak. If you ain't became weak through drug abuse or through gang banging, you became weak through feminization. Water. It got me messed up with that tongue twister. Through that, we became weaker, man. Because if you're men, you don't got the men to stand strong and defend you. You got nothing. Like Christ said, how can you break into a strong man's house unless you bind the strong man?
Right.
If you're not gonna be able to come into my home and take my things unless you take me out. And that's exactly what they did with the North American Indian. They took away all the strong men, all the men that were willing to fight and stand in the position of power against our oppressors. They took them and they replaced them with cowards that would give in, cowards that would let them walk all over them. Now you wonder why there's a bunch of money missing from the chief and council. Now you're wondering why there's so much drug abuse in the reservations. Now you're wondering why there's so many missing sisters. Because you got weak leadership.
Right.
You got natives on the reservations that are leading you to destruction, man. You need men like Commanding General Yohana.
That's right.
Commanding General Yohana is the only leader for the North American Indians, for the Hispanics, for black people. Because he's going to get your morals back in place. Without morality, you're going to fail as a person, as a man. You can't exist in the world without having some force of morality.
Right.
Or you will be no better than those that colonized you. And those that enslaved you. Drop that and give me verse. Actually, no. Yeah, continue on that.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. You got something to say?
Yeah, it was on the ending of it. But
Go ahead.
They break out and blood touches blood.
And what?
And blood touches blood.
You think you know what that means?
I was gonna say, was this talking about races mixing or us, or you know what I'm saying. I was thinking that it was when blood touches blood. That means it's a mixture of blood, so it's like us mixing with other nations.
Don't think so much as that. Think about death. The dead, like a good precept for this would be in Revelations, where it said that dead bodies lay in the streets.
Kind of.
That's what it's talking about. That our bodies and our bloodshed, that blood. Think about what we always say at camp. If you could dig up all this gravel, dig up all this concrete, you
Right.
won't find the bones of North. The blood is touching blood on this.
Right.
The blood hasn't even dried up, and it's already blood being shed.
Right.
Every other week is another Native American or black man or Hispanic man getting shot in the streets.
Kind of.
The blood doesn't even dry yet, and they're already shedding more blood.
Okay.
Because that's how much death is in. This is talking about death and slaughter they've done to us.
Okay. Kind of.
You know what I mean? But drop down to verse 6.
Kind. Hosea chapter 4 verse 6. My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge.
Now this is our problem. We are here in America, in the place of all this disease and destruction, but we're destroyed for a lack of knowledge. We're destroyed because we don't look for the knowledge of the Lord.
Right.
Now all we give a damn is about getting high. Now all we give a damn is about when we gonna get our next high. That's all we worried about. That's all. Wait, when they gonna get high? What's the next thing they're gonna put their rod in? You know what I mean? That's all we care about here in America. All we give a damn is about having sex and getting high. That's our problem. We're simple. We care about who's dribbling a damn ball.
Right.
We care about who's gonna hit the ball at the World Series. When we have to realize we're at war.
Right.
All these things have been put in your place to make a distraction for you, so you can't realize the bigger picture. Yes, all these other nations, they enjoy that too. They enjoy ball and playing and football and basketball. And they watch the games and all that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But they know when it's a time for warfare. Like Christ, like it said in the book of Ecclesiastes, there's a time for everything on this earth. There's a time for love. There's a time where we gonna love each other. There's a time where we gonna laugh. There's a time to kick it. But then there's a time for warfare. There's a time when you're gonna have to pick up your boots and get ready to go out. And now blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you've been at war for 500 years. I don't know how that's any mystery. For 500 years, they've been slaughtering and killing you. And then after they slaughtered and killed you, you've been suffering with propaganda. You've been being put on the forefront and being feminized. This is a war tactic they've been putting against you to destroy you, us as a people.
Right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, there's been war to divide us. We got a lecture coming up. Yeah, shameless plug. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Shameless plug. Salakia. ISUBK Rez on the commanding General Hunter. Me, myself, and priest and officer of 1,000 Tabawan. We're going to be doing a lecture talking about exactly that. How colonization divided blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. It's going to be in Chicago, 938 East 79th Street, July 23rd. And it's going to be part of the Midwest Fire Weekend. We're gonna talk about how they divided us, because that's what we don't realize. If you go to war by yourself, that's one thing, but going to war with your family. What niggas always say on the block? I'm gonna go get my brother. I'm gonna go get my brother. Well, guess what? In the ISUBK, we gonna get our brothers. We gonna get the Guatemalans. We gonna get the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the North American Indians, the Seminole Indians, the Cubans, the Dominicans, the people from Trinidad, the West Indians. All of them, they are all our brothers, and we're going to unite once again.
Right.
But before we're able to unite, we have to realize what divided us and why they divided us. So that's what that lecture is going to be about. Shameless plug. Shameless plug, man, because shout out to Officer of 1,000 Tabawan, man. He's taking it off. I knew he was the right man to go with. I hit that man up. He was like, oh, okay, Karyas, we're going to do it like this. He switched my whole thing around. I was like, I think we should do it like this. He was like, no, we're going to do this, that, do this, yeah, move this over here, yeah, we finna do that. I'm just like, okay, you got it. You know what I mean? It's gonna be off the chain, man. Here in Chicago, part of the Midwest Fire Weekend, hosted by Captain of 13,000 Mile Quad. If y'all able to make it down here, make it down here. It's gonna be an outstanding weekend. It's gonna be July 22nd through the 24th. So come on down. It's gonna be off the chain.
Damn right.
It's gonna be something like you ain't never would. If you ain't make the Passover, okay. You got the Fire Weekend to make it to. But that's what we got to realize, man, that the division that they put between us, that's been a tactic of war as well. There's no bigger tactic than divide and conquer. Because if you're able to separate me and my brother, then you don't have to worry about fighting both of us.
Right.
You're only going to fight one.
Right.
That's what we got to realize. Once blacks, Hispanics, they like that movie. One of my favorite movies of all time. Blood In, Blood Out. Every Native American, every Hispanic know that movie. There's one part that's so influential. And he comes up to him, he's like, man, I ain't no white boy, I'm Mexican, I'm Chicano, da, da, da. And he's like, I'm beefing with niggas, and he's like, you don't get it. He's like, Chicanos killing Chicanos, Mexicans killing Mexicans is what they want. Blacks and Mexicans killing each other is what they want. That's the whole story for us. Right. They want blacks and Hispanics killing each other. They want Native Americans and black people killing each other. They want us hating one another, because then they get to overcome us. Right. If you too worried about fighting each other, fighting yourselves, then they don't got to lift a finger against you. Right. That's why there's so much tension in black neighborhoods and Hispanic neighborhoods and Native American neighborhoods. I can't go up the street in Chicago without being called a land kid. And my brother Kazaiwan here can't go through a Hispanic neighborhood where I be yelled at the here GD. You understand? This is what we suffer through. These are the curses. This is all the division that they put within us, man. Right. From New York to California. This is the story of the times. Even all the way down in South and Central America. You go in the wrong place in the wrong hood, and you of the same race of someone, you getting robbed. You getting killed. You getting thrown in the back of a truck. Go ahead, keep reading.
Kind of a con, sir. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will know, Salakia. Because thou have rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee.
You what?
I will also reject thee.
Because you reject knowledge. There's some cats out here, man, that we show them all this. We show them the 12 tribes breakdown. We show them the truth that's in the Bible. We show them the undeniable proof. There's so much proof out here that the Native Americans, that blacks and Hispanics are the children of Israel, but there's cats that were truly rejected, that they can't take it. And they don't reject it because they don't believe it. They don't reject it because we don't got the proof. They reject it because they want to get high. They reject it because they want to keep being homosexuals. They reject it because they want to keep hating blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. Right. That's the point. They reject knowledge, so will the Lord reject thee. Right. Everybody want to talk about, where's God in my time of need? I'm calling out for the Lord. Well, what have you done for the Lord? Right. You want the Lord to do so much for you, perform miracles, save your grandmother that on a deathbed, save your child that got shot, get you from selling crack. You want him to do so much for you. What are you doing for the Lord? Right. You over here selling crack to your people, praying to God. The Lord ain't gonna hear you, man. And I'm not saying it to downplay brothers, because I know what it's like to feel like that's all you can do, to sell crack. To feel like you so lost that all you can do is get high. That's the only way you can escape this world. But it don't have to be like that no more. The ISUPK on the Command and General Yohana, we got free programs, man, to help drug addicts. Right. We got free counseling, man, to help people that have been molested, help people that deal with trauma. Here in America, blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, the reason we suffer so much, the reason we get high, the reason we struggle with depression and we suffer with PTSD, because we have trauma. Right. We have unhealed trauma. A lot of it from when we were kids. That's why you think some of these niggas can't mature. Right. Because they're not able to heal from what's been in their past. So many of our sisters are now whores and whoring themselves out. Why? Because they can't heal from their past. They can't heal from the destruction that been put on them since they were babies, man. Right. Some of them 5, 4 years old, and they suffered it, man. Some brothers up in here had to watch their friends die at the age of 10. 9 years old, their friends dying in their arms. This is hell, man. And this is what our oppressor has done to us. Right. Man. There was one brother, I listened to, underground artists. One cat, leg hit me. He said I had a gun. I was with a gun before I was ever with a woman. Damn. Cat said that. Hey, that's true though. Right. That's some heavy. Right. That's true. You got kids out here, man, running around with AR-15s. Kids running around with Glocks and 9mm. That's life now. This is a normal thing, and now it's our reality. Right. This is what we suffer through. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. This is our lifestyle. Our lifestyle is a hellhole, man. Damn right. But up in here in the ISUPK, we are bringing the kingdom of heaven. Right. We got brothers up in here that you won't ever have to worry about that will touch your daughter. Up in here, if any cat touches your daughter up in here, they're going to deal with some problems. I pray we understand. Damn right. We got brothers up in here that are family men. You ain't finna touch nobody's sons or daughters up in here.
Right.
Same with your wives. Up in here, you can bring your wives. You can bring your wife up in here and not have to worry about someone sleeping with her.
Right.
You can bring your children up in here, your sons up in here, not have to worry about them being gang members.
Right.
Not have to worry about them, someone taking them after and trying to sell them drugs.
Right.
That's not what you're going to have to worry about up in here. Up in here, you're not going to have to worry about no one stealing from you. I can leave $100 on this table tonight. And when I come back tomorrow morning, it's still going to be $100 here.
Right.
Because that's the men we are up in here. Command Jayhana is making a new breed of blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians.
Damn right.
Well, continue, because I want.
Kind of kind. It's like, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me.
That what?
Thou shalt be no priest to me.
So many of us want to serve the Lord and find a way to serve the Creator and serve the Most High. If you're not doing what the Lord commanded you, you ain't going to be able to serve Him. All these commandments as in this book is made for you to be able to serve the Lord your God. You want to serve the Lord your God, you have to change your life, man. You can't be a drug addict. You can't be a drug dealer. You can't be a whore. You can't be a prostitute. You can't be dealing in all the ways like the Native Americans been in, with all the ceremonies and all the lies and all this feel-good nonsense. You got to get off of that. It feels good to be in the ceremonies and be there singing and be there, you know, with the peyote and the tobacco. I was there once upon a time, so I know what it's like. You know, it feels good, you know, but ain't no different than the Christian church. I'll never forget Joe Muhammad, man, who was one of the leaders of one of the heads of the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under command of Joe Yohana. Brother told me, man, I told him about what I saw there. And he said, you know, that ain't no different from the church, right, Karyash? I said, oh, no, I ain't never been in a black church. I don't know what to tell you, General. He's like, go tell that story wherever you go. He's like, let them know that there ain't no difference in that. There ain't no difference. The Christian church is no different than the Native American church. That's what it was called. They called it the Native American church. So what do you think? You think it's going to be nothing but Native Americans, right? Chinese, Japanese, Africans, white people. I'm there confused. I'm there looking at it. I'm like, them coming in. I'm like, I thought I'm over here talking. I'm young, so I'm like, I thought the Native American church. Everybody looking at me like I said something wrong. I'm like, as far as I'm concerned, I thought it was supposed to be just us in here.
Right.
But we can't have nothing. Our culture, everything that we have, everything got to be stolen from these people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you must segregate and separate yourself from
Damn
America.
right.
That's the point of this lesson. You want to save yourself from the destruction of America, you got to separate from this place. You got to separate from its ideologies, its religion. Go ahead.
Kind. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Now, if you forget the laws of the Lord going to forget your children. That's what's happening every day here in America. 500 years ago, we started forgetting the laws of the Lord. Native Americans or Hispanics, we started following after other gods. We started eating what we wanted to eat. We didn't want to keep the dietary law and stop, because we can show you. We got the books and the proof that when the colonizers first came, when the conquistadors first came, they saw that the North American Indians were keeping the laws of the Lord, that the Hispanics were keeping the laws of the Lord. That's why they rocked the fringes. That's why they wear the headpieces. Because we was keeping the laws of the Lord in a foreign land, just like it was prescribed in the Bible.
Right.
But they took it away from us. They forced their ideologies on us. Now we out here thinking pork is a delicacy.
Right.
We think barbecue ribs is something we're going to pay $75 for. When that is it's slave food.
Right.
It's something to be looked down upon. But you think it's a delicacy. Why? Because your oppressor thinks it's a delicacy.
Right.
He thinks pig is so great and tastes amazing. Why? Because he's a damn pig himself. He's a damn animal. He don't have no morals. That's why he's able to do the things he's able to do to us, man. If I could tell you the things that we're going to bring it out in the lecture. The things that these people did to us, man, is inhumane. Like, straight up. Like, they knew what they did it so we could fear them. They did it so we could fear coming together. Because if you able to break somebody, like a child, you break a child or you do so much force and trauma on a child, that child will never grow up to be someone strong.
Right.
That's why you got so many weak men out here, so many feminine men out here, because they're scared to be strong. They're scared to stand tall because they've been broken. That's the deal with all of us. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, us as a nation, us as a people. We've been broken, man. We've been beaten down. There is no love for us in this land.
Right.
We have no love for one another. Why? Because we are broken. We're like broken children in this place.
Right.
Because we haven't got no help. But up in the Israelite School of UPK, I can't say it enough. On the commanding Junior Hana, we got the help we need, man. It's not gonna be brought to you by them cats with the PhDs and the Dr. Phils, and you know they ain't gonna do nothing for you. They gonna tell you some nonsense and keep you on your way. But up in the Israelite School UPK, we're gonna give you every form of medicine you need.
Right.
Just like Christ said, this is the book of the living waters, and we give free to any man that wants it. Go ahead, because I want.
So, like, I was just gonna ask, would this be a good precept? Would this be a good cut for, like in Kevin, somebody said that that the law was done away with, and this is in the New Testament. So you know what I'm saying? They said it was done away with when Christ died, and this is telling you, I will reject thee as a priest. You know what I'm saying? Seeing that you forgot the law, thy God.
Yeah, you use that.
Kind of.
Now this is not the New Testament, though. This is the Old Testament.
I mean the Old Testament.
Yeah, this is the Old Testament. What I would do though, when you cut in a Christian, because they only, I'm a New Testament, that's what they love to say. The Old Testament is done away with, brother. So try to cut them in their own book. When they try to say something about the New Testament, try to get, that's why we always bring up what? Matthew 5. My law should not be done away with till the world and the sun and the moon, all that's done away with. My law will not be done away with. It'd be a good scripture if you want to lead into it. Yeah, you also reject thee, thou should be no priest. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children.
Okay,
you can build up to that, but I wouldn't start with it. You know what I mean? So if you battling someone, don't. I wouldn't recommend pointing down.
Could I start here and then go into the New Testament and show them how that's the precept to the same thing that's being said in the New Testament as well?
You could. I wouldn't do that, but you could. If you know what you're doing and you know it's gonna lead into that cut, I like going straight to the point. You come up to me, I'm gonna be like, all right, cool. I'm gonna prove to you in your own book, because the New Testament is their own book. The New Testament is the only book they use.
Right.
So, all right, I'm gonna get you in your New Testament. You don't believe me there? Let's bring it to the Old Testament. Bring it to the Apocrypha. I'll bring you everywhere. I'll take you around the world in this book. You know what I'm saying? But you could if you wanted to. If that's the way you want to cut, nigga, go ahead. But let's drop that. Give me Habakkuk 2:12. Nah, it's not Apocrypha. It's Old Testament. Damn.
That's one of the ones that's rarely.
That's one of the rare ones.
Yeah,
Damn, man.
Rarely come up.
I tried to keep it simple. I said it the right time for the. It's by Micah and Zephaniah.
Gotcha.
By Micah and Zephaniah. I'm over here. I'm like, he gave me a look like Habakkuk. I ain't never heard that in my life.
I heard it, but it's one of them. It's one of them that rarely comes up. So
One of them.
What part?
Ain't no sweat. Hey, brothers, got any comments? Any questions? You put them down in the comments below. We'll get to them when we get the chance. Lord allow. Bobby, the Lord's Passover, man, was outstanding, man. I still can't get over that. Right. You have flashbacks about that. that was outstanding, man. That was a week. If you ain't make it, man, I'm sorry. I hate to be that type of nigga, but you missed out. Ooh, it was just Native Americans, blacks, and Hispanics kicking it for 5 days straight. It was like a never-ending party. It was just like one day after another. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Me and Kazawa was on the same plane. We hopped out. It was go time.
Right.
It was a never-ending. I barely slept. I barely slept. I'm waking up in the lobby. Brothers kicking it from last night. I'm like, damn, these brothers built different. I at least gotta get an hour of shut eye, man. I ain't like y'all. Maybe cats like to say I got an old spirit. Maybe that's what they mean. I don't know. But you got it for me, Kazawa?
Like you said, Habakkuk
2:12.
2:12. Kind of. Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood.
What?
A town with blood.
Buildeth a town with blood. America, as we know it, has been built with the bloodshed of blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. America, as we know today, has been built on our bloodshed. It's been built on the bloodshed of not only the slaves, of not only the African Americans, on the blood of the Native Americans, on the blood of the Hispanics, on the blood of the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, the Guatemalans, all these people that God chose, it built on their blood.
Right.
It built on the blood of the slaves, built on the blood of Nat Turner, of Geronimo, of Chief Red Cloud. It built on all of our blood. Built on the blood of Tamir Rice,
Right.
of Ishmael Lopez, of Trayvon Martin. It built on all of our blood and all of our bloodshed. America, woe means what? Destruction
Mhm.
to the city, to the town that been built on blood. America has been built on blood, so destruction will come to America.
Damn right.
Just like you see destruction coming to what? Israel right now,
Come on,
Palestine. Why? Because they founded Palestine and Israel on our blood.
Right.
They slaughtered us out the land. The Romans back in the time of 70 AD, they were slaughtering us out there. Go look it up. You want to know how wicked our oppressor is? Go look up how the Romans were able to take over Israel during the time of Christ. They was able to do that. Why? Because what they did is they divided the people. They divided them into two sections of a nation. Now it was only Judah, Levi, and the Benjamites left. That was the predominantly tribes left. The southern kingdom, as you know, darker tribes, the black tribes. They was the only ones left in the nation of Israel. So the way they divided them is they divided and conquered. They made the whole nation of Israel fight each other. And while they were fighting each other, they cut off the city. They cut off all the food that was going towards them, all the water. People were forced to eat their own babies, man. This is the life. This is the animal that rules over you. And you wonder why he's so able to kill kids. Why he's so able to throw babies in detention centers and separate them from their mothers. You wonder why he's able to throw God's chosen people on reservations and then fill it with crack cocaine and then fill it with heroin and then deny them to be able to leave. Up until like the early 80s and 90s, it was normal for Native Americans to leave the reservations. Why? Because you was to leave, you was dead on sight. You wasn't supposed to come off a Native American reservation or you'd be put to death. In a lot of towns, it's still like that because a lot of the North American Indian reservations are in the South, are in the West. And once you step off of there, the sun go down a little too much and you getting lynched. You getting shot in the back just like your black brothers, man. That's what we got to realize. Our suffering is one and the same.
Damn right.
Our song is the same, just with a different tune. That's the song of blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians.
Right.
Our story is the same, just a different narrator. That's the same thing that we got to realize. Their suffering is my suffering. The suffering of the black man is my suffering. The suffering of the Mexicans, the Puerto Ricans, all of them, what they're going through, I'm going through.
Right.
And no one can relate. The Arabs can't relate. The East Indians, the oppressors, all of them can't relate to us. Only us can relate to the struggle we're going through.
Right.
Go ahead, Kazawa.
Wakan. And established a city by iniquity.
By what?
By iniquity.
By what?
By iniquity.
They established a class. One more time.
And established a city by iniquity.
And they established a city by iniquity. What's iniquity? Do you know, Kazawa?
It's by like sin.
Sin. America is not only is it built on blood. Not only did they kill off the North American Indian, not only did they kill the Hispanics, not only did they kill the black man, then when they took over this nation, they taught us sin. They taught us iniquity. They taught us to hate one another. They taught us homosexuality. They taught us be two-spirited. So you ever heard of that? Because you know what two-spirited is? It's a Native American term that was founded like in the 80s and the 90s. It was pushed on heavily through homosexuality.
Okay.
Because homosexuality started becoming accepted in the 80s and the 90s. So the Native Americans came up with a term called two-spirited. That let's say someone was a homosexual. I'd say, oh, they're not homosexual. They're just two-spirited. They just got two spirits in them. They're both a man and a woman. It's gay. Just know that. It's just them being gay. They want to say all these terms. You're just gay. Just be it. I'm not gay. I pray we understand. Because we are toxically masculine up in here.
Damn right.
You understand?
Damn right.
You're not finna talk to my woman. I'm not gonna put no dress on. I'm not wearing pink. We toxically masculine up in here.
Right.
And we taking all the bras. I pray we understand.
All
All of them. When we come to town, there's two things we say: hide the liquor, hide the women, because we taking ground.
Damn right.
That's the point up in here, and that's what the Native Americans need once again. We need that toxic masculinity.
Damn right.
Don't let these people shame you into not being a man.
Right.
The new generations and this new propaganda they trying to push, they won't want you to be a man. They think talking loud and just being you, just standing in a room, just being a man yourself and just existing is something bad to be frowned upon.
Right.
Don't be frowned upon to be a man. Be the best man you can be.
Damn right.
That's what the ISUPK produces. We produce the only real men on the planet Earth.
Right.
And you want to be, you learn how to be a real man, you come up in here. We're going to teach you. We're going to teach you. Send your sons to us. And we'll teach your sons how to be real men.
Right.
We'll compare them. Let's compare them. You send some of your sons to the Christian church, and they send the other sons you want from the reservation up to the Israelite school UPK. And we'll see who become the drug dealers. We'll see who become the pedophiles, the rapists. And then you'll see men up in here, and they'll care for their sisters. They're not going to pimp their sisters out. They're not going to rape their sisters. They're not going to sell drugs to their brothers. They're not going to sell out their family. Right. They're not going to love white women. They're going to only love blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians.
Right.
They're going to love their black brothers. They're not going to sell drugs or shoot at their black brothers. Right. That's what we got to realize. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, let the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, what we've been teaching since 1969, is the one and only authentic truth on this earth.
Right.
Every other establishment, every other church, every other society, every other religion will fall. I pray we understand. It's falling right now. The Catholic Church is damn near done for. The Christian church, the Muslim mosque, they got the millions of dollars, but they losing followers every single day.
Damn right.
They losing it. We taking them all.
That's right.
If you black, Hispanic, and North American Indian, you want to be a real man again or a real woman, this is the place to be. It don't matter what you've been through. Right. It don't matter if you was a drug dealer, if you was a murderer, you a killer. We got nothing but killers up in here. Damn right. It looks like the damn halfway house up in here. You know what I mean? Right. We say it up in here. I'm saying, so brother, where you from? Oh, damn, you was a drug dealer, huh? Oh, you was kilos. Oh, damn. Well, welcome home, brother.
Right,
you know,
right.
That's what it is. I ain't gonna knock you, so be it. You used to get high every single day. Come up in here. That's who I want around me. I don't want no feds around me.
Right.
I don't want no cops, no snitches.
Right.
But we got brothers from every walks of life.
Right.
Up in here, like the scriptures say, the lion can dwell with the sheep.
Right.
Up in here, we got ex-cops. Up in here, we got ex-drug dealers.
Right.
Up in here, we got ex-choir boys. But all of them have changed their lives to become real men.
Damn right.
That's the point. Up in here, we have sisters that were whores.
Right.
Sisters that were prostitutes.
Right.
Sisters that maybe weren't whores in that type of sense, but showed their body off.
Right.
Which is being a whore as well. You know, they don't get it twisted. But they all changed their lives. Sisters that would cheat on their man if he got another woman. But now she knows better.
Right.
I pray we understand.
Right.
That's what's going on in the Israelite School UPK. We are changing men and women for the better.
Damn right.
Go ahead, give me more on that because I was.
Kind of Wakan, verse 13.
I read one more time for the top.
Kind of Wakan, verse Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 12.
Go ahead.
Woe to him that buildeth the town with blood, establisheth a city by iniquity.
And establish a city by iniquity. America has been built on iniquity and sin. That's why homosexuality is rampant. That's why every wicked thing, like the scriptures say in Revelations, every foul bird takes place here in America. Right. Every wicked demon, every demon is unleashed here. Up in here in America, a woman has all the power. Let you get in a fight with your red man. Let you get in a fight with your wife, and she calls the cops on you. You going to jail.
Right.
She could have beat you with the damn toaster, hit you with a frying pan, stabbed you. Cops gonna get there. They're gonna look at you all stabbed, beat up, and bruised, and they're gonna look at your wife. They're gonna be like, all right, we're gonna take you to jail. That's what's gonna happen. And here in America, women have the power. Here in America, if a woman takes you to child support court, she's getting the children. Right. It don't matter how unfit of a mother she is. She's taking them for a meal. That's the point. Here in America, every wicked and foul thing, the roles are reversed. That's what you got to realize. Everything that's good is called evil. Everything that's called evil is called good. It's normal now to see someone getting high. Right. It's normal to walk up the street and see someone smoking weed. It's been normalized. And they think it's something great and they think it's something normal when it's not. Just the same way homosexuality has been normalized. Because you guess what? You regulate homosexuality, you normalize it. then guess what's going to be normalized? Pedophilia. Why? Because a majority of homosexuals, you can look it up. I'm not lying. I'm putting him with the joke. I'm not lying. Use your Google machine. Use your Google machine, and you're going to see a majority of homosexuals claim that they've been molested.
Right.
They've been molested as children. So now they think the way to get their body back and to conform and not be hurt again is through being with the same sex.
Right.
That's what it is. But we don't want to have that conversation in the Christian church. It's too hard, because I want. Let everybody live their life. Imagine if the Christian church actually had to help people. They wouldn't be able to roll around in Rolls Royces. They wouldn't be able to drive around in the new Mercedes and the new Bentleys. They would actually have to help people.
Right.
They wouldn't be able to walk around in their $5,000 suits. They would have to help the children of God.
Right.
They would have to help the Native Indians on the reservation. They would have to help the savages. They'd have to help the Spics.
Right.
They have to help the wetbacks. They have to help the niggas, man.
Yeah.
And that's the point. They don't want to help us. Why? Helping us costs money. That's why we pay our tithes up in here. Because it costs money to fix a nation. It costs money to keep the lights on. It costs money to help someone get their car fixed, damn near. Whatever you need up in here, you going to get it. You don't got food to eat for the week, we going to pay for it. We do it all the time up in here. You don't got your lights about to go out, here you go. You need money for transplant, here you go. We got it up in here.
Right.
Why? And we don't even make a fraction. We don't make a
Right.
fraction of what the Christian church makes.
Damn right.
The Christian church is a multi-billion cartel.
Damn right.
I'm not calling it a business. I'm not calling it a religion. It's a damn cartel.
Right.
Okay? The Christian church, the Catholic church is a multi-billion industry. And what are they doing with the money? Every once in a while, here's a clothes drive. Every once in a while, here's, why don't you go fix the ghettos? They have the money to fix and to give every black or Hispanic in America a new house.
Right.
They got the money for that. They got the money to give endless stimulus checks. All the gold and the riches they have, they can shed some of it. And they living like kings. The Pope, ooh-wee. Oh, forget about him. But yeah, you Hispanics and you Native Americans want to worship the Pope so goddamn much.
Right.
The Pope don't give a damn about you.
Right.
The Pope is the reason you enslaved. The
Damn
Pope
right.
is the reason that you speak in Spanish. The Pope is the reason why every time you close your eyes and you think of Christ or you think of the Lord, you see a white man, man.
Right.
Go ahead, because I want to drop that. Give me Jeremiah 50 and 33. Jeremiah 50 and 33. We're where we got to come to the realization of blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. We all suffer together. There's none that suffer like us. I keep saying it because I want it to be drilled into your mind.
Right.
The Arabs do not suffer like us. The East Indians, the Chinese, every nation on this earth that dwells here in America do not suffer like us. All these immigrants come from other countries, the Polish, the Greeks, the Yugoslavians, the Jewish man. They all come in. A lot of them come in more illegal than the Mexicans.
Damn right.
You got to fly planes and forge documents. That's a lot of work. But yet the Mexicans, all they got to do is cross a river and they get shot at.
Damn right.
I'll never forget. I was watching a video on YouTube and it was a cat talking about we need to lock down the border. Right? He was giving some news report. He was some Republican cat saying, there's a large amount of Mexicans and Hispanics crossing the border and at the Mexican border by Texas. I look at the comments. All the comments are talking about we got to get our guns down there and go handle that. We got to go set up watchtowers. I'm riding down there right now with my AR-15. I'm there like, damn. I'm like, and this ain't Jim Crow no more.
Right.
This ain't Jim Crow. We in a new society. It's a new age. What they say? Everything's reformed. All these lies and nonsense. When the same people are still out here. All the cops that got away with killing you, they're still out here.
Right.
All the ICE agents that are in them that are molesting those kids, they're still out here.
Right.
There ain't been no cases about it. There ain't been no no lawsuits, no nothing. It's still opened up. Everybody, get the kids out the cages. Y'all did it for about a week, and now they still there in the cages. That's the point. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, no one suffers like you in this land. They don't suffer like what you're going through. They don't got to deal with the crack epidemic. They don't got to deal with the heroin. They don't got to deal with all the drugs and all the abuse that is in the Black, Hispanic, and Native American society. Yeah, why what? They say it's a miracle to make it to 25. because of all the death that's on every single corner. You can't turn a corner without running into death. You turn one corner, gunshots. Turn one corner, pedophilia. One corner, like, it's just what it is.
Right.
The white man don't got to deal with that.
Right.
The Arabs don't got to deal with that. They send their sons off to a good school, right next to white people.
Mm-hmm.
So do the Chinese. So do the East Indians. But it's your sons that had to sell crack.
Right.
It's your sons that had to sell heroin. It's your sons that had to be the gang members. It's your sons that had to be the drug dealers. Because that's the place they put us in.
Right.
Because they didn't give us all the higher ranking jobs.
Right.
You couldn't have that. You just a nigga. You just a savage, man. The North American Indians trying to move out of the reservation and trying to get them a better life, we're not allowed to. You'd be put to death if you wanted to. Or even nowadays, you're shunned from other jobs. Now they want, here, you get a little college credit for being Native American. You get a little funding. Okay, yeah, that's great. Yes, 500 years of rape and murder, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's really going to help. I appreciate that. Or what they doing up there in Evanston right now. Getting black people little bitty bits of money in reparation. Here you go. I don't give a damn about that.
Right.
The reparations we going to get up in here is ruling the entire goddamn earth.
That's right.
The savages are going to run the earth. The spics are going to run the earth. The niggas are going to run the earth.
Right.
The kingdom of heaven is going to be filled with the North American Indian.
Right.
The kingdom of heaven is going to be filled with bad black women.
Right.
I pray we understand. And that's what it's going to be filled with. It's going to be filled with some bad Hispanic broads.
Yeah, right.
That's what it's going to be. You're going to smell it. You're going to smell it. And what you going to smell? You're going to smell cocoa butter. You're going to smell tacos. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be like the greatest cookout ever.
Damn
like
right.
what you going to see at the fire weekend, that's what the kingdom of heaven going to be like.
Damn right.
It's going to be nothing but niggas, spits, and wetbacks and savages. The ones that this world hated on top.
Damn
Because
right.
those are the ones God loves. Like Christ said, the same way they hated me, they're going to hate you.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happened here in America. We're hated the same way they hated our king.
Damn right.
They killed us. They killed us in the streets the same way they killed our king.
Damn
They had no reason to kill Jesus Christ.
Right.
Jesus Christ wasn't a murderer. He wasn't a drug dealer. They said it. Pontius Pilate said it. This is a just man.
Right.
This is a righteous man.
Right.
I got no reason to kill this brother. Then their brother's selling Lucy cigarettes. Don't get me wrong. He not innocent, but he don't deserve to die.
Right.
This brother's out here with an inch of crack rock in his shoe. He don't deserve to die.
Right.
This Mexicans trying to cross the border. Guatemalan, Salvadorians trying to cross the border, and they're talking about setting up rifles and snipers and shooting them when they hop the border. Why? Because they made America, South America, Central America, they made all of South and Central America a damn hellhole. You want to know why South and Central America is in such the condition it is now? It's because the white man made it like that. He made all these proxy wars. He made all these false governments. It's them that run it down there. They funded the drug cartels. During the 80s and the 90s, they were sending funding to the drug cartels and allowing them to build bigger labs, giving them the guns. All the guns they got down there in South and Central America is American-made guns.
Right.
A new report just came out that they caught the CIA once again giving brand new assault rifles to the Sinaloa cartel. It's still going on in 2021. This is what they still going on, man. Why? Because they can't have you rising up. They can't have you realizing that you're God's chosen people. So to keep you into that state of depression and to keep you into that state of no hope, you're going to keep getting drugs in your neighborhood. You're going to keep getting child molesters. You're going to keep getting AR-15s on every corner.
Right.
Just like that one movie, Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, kind of kind.
He's like, why do you think there's a liquor store in every corner? Why do you think there's... Even the North American Indians, a lot of reservations, there is no alcohol. You're not allowed to have alcohol. You can't have no... So guess what these brothers do? They drink hairspray.
Whoa.
Yeah, because hairspray got 7% alcohol.
Wow.
So they mix it in with some water and that's the life. That's how downbeaten we are and downtrodden. Our oppressor is the goddamn devil, man.
That's right.
And when Jesus Christ comes back, he is coming to kick them in their goddamn teeth, man.
That's right.
You want to know why? Because what they done to us as a people. Go ahead, give me that, because I'm talking too goddamn much.
I get you out, sir.
Go ahead.
Kind sir. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33.
Go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
One more time, Salakia.
Kind. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together.
What does this mean? I want to see if you know what it means because I don't want.
This pretty much means all the nations were oppressed together. Like it wasn't just the blacks. It was the blacks, it was the Hispanics, and it was the Native Americans that were all oppressed together because Judah would be considered the blacks. And
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And then Israel will be the whole house of Israel, not only Judah.
That's the point. The children of Israel and the children of Judah was oppressed together. There's so many cats out here that will say the Native Americans didn't go through what black people went through. The black people didn't go through what Native Americans went through. The same thing, and that's why, if I could shameless plug once again, the lecture we're gonna have with Priest and Officer of 1,000 Thabawan it's needed because everything we're gonna touch on how we've been through the same exact things. Everything the black man went through, the Hispanic went through, the Native American went through. They stole your identity, they stole mine as well.
Right.
They took your culture from you, they took mine as well.
Right.
They put you in chains, they put me in chains. That's what one of the great. I believe I can't remember if it's here in Chicago or if in New York. They got that sculpture of Teddy Roosevelt with the Native American on one side and a black man on another. They're telling you that they know that they enslaved you both at the same time.
Right.
That's what it's saying. That the same way they enslaved black people is the same way they enslaved the Hispanics and the Native Americans. That's why I can't understand when a black man tells me he don't like Native Americans or Hispanics, or a Native American or a Hispanic telling me they don't like black people. I love black people. I'm gonna tell you straight up, I'll give my life for a black man, a woman, or a child. I'm surrounded by black people all day. A lot of brothers up in this school, they black. This is what it is. I'll give my life for them 10 times over. I pray we understand. Because that's what it is. And they do the same for me. Because up in here, true brotherhood exists. There is no division between blacks and Hispanics up in here. There is no division between blacks and Native American Indians. We are all family up in here. We are all one people. That's what we got to understand. There is no race, what they call it? It's called, there's a word for it. I can't remember. It's race.
Like race wars or race
like we think one is better than the race tension. I'll use that for now. There's no tension between races up in here. You know, when you walk through a Hispanic neighborhood as a black man, you feel the tension.
Right.
When you're a Hispanic walking through a black neighborhood, you're going to feel the tension. You Native American walking through the wrong neighborhood, you're going to feel the tension. Not up in here. Up in here, you're going to be treated like a brother because that's what you are.
Damn right.
Up in here, we are all family. Up in here, we're all one people. Up in here, if you're a Native American, you want to marry a black woman, go do it.
Right.
You want to marry a Hispanic sister, go do it. Right. You black, you want a Puerto Rican, go get it. We ain't gonna knock you up in here.
Right.
Up in here, we all mingle amongst one another. Why? Because we are truly family.
Right.
We are one people up in here. There is no division up in here. Read.
And all that took them captives held them fast.
They held us fast. Meaning what? They did not let us go. They held on to us. To this day here in America, America tightens its grip on us. And the way America keeps tightening the grip on us, that's fine. They keep tightening the grip, the Lord continues to destroy America. First, it was just the coronavirus. Now it's the stock exchange.
Right.
Now it's the gas prices. Everything is going into place for America to be destroyed. Now its enemies are gaining more power over America. Now every day America is growing a little bit weaker, and their enemies are growing stronger. So eventually one day, bombs are going to drop. Just like it. Bombs are going to drop. Go ahead, because
it's heavy what you're bringing out because one of the reasons that America is so admired in the world is because of their economy. And all these other nations is watching their economy crumble, which is going to give them more confidence to want to go to war with America.
That's the point. That's the point. What you're saying is heavy. America is one of the most funded economies in the world. The American empire in general is just outstanding for what it is. I'm talking for, not like I like it, hell with this place, but as just an empire, you're viewing as an empire. America is much like Rome. America has the power and the might of the Romans. No one can see America in battle. It has damn near, what? It has, I believe it said 120 different military bases across the entire world. And that's everywhere. That's in the Middle East. That's in Africa. That's in Europe. Everywhere they have military bases. Why? It's stamping its seal. America controls this world. Why? What's the most of the currency that they use? Everything got to be traced back to the U.S. dollar.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? This entire world is controlled by our oppressor. Everything we know is today, they run it.
Damn right.
That's why what? The Native Americans, we used to wear our ancient attire. We used to wear our cultural attire. We
Mm-hmm.
used to wear our fringes. We used to wear our headbands. We used to wear our hair all the way down to our back. But now we don't. Now we get shape-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Now we put on suits and ties. Same with who else? Not just God's chosen people, the Asians as well. They used to wear komodos.
Mm-hmm.
Now they wearing suits and ties. The Africans used to be out there with the little rags and all that. Now they wearing suits and ties.
Right.
Now every nation is following under the customs of our oppressor, which is the Europeans, the colonizers. They control this entire earth.
Damn right.
Most importantly, they got the reason they control this earth because they got God's chosen people under their foot.
Right.
Any more on that, Keziah one?
Just a little bit.
Go ahead.
They refuse to let them go.
They what?
They refuse to let them go.
They are holding on to the Lord's people and they refuse to let them go. We served our time here in America. We're here in America because we disobeyed the Lord's laws.
Mm-hmm.
We're here suffering and had to deal with all this stress and all this slavery. We did our time. Our time's been up.
Right.
But like the Lord said, their cup overflowed, man. They went too far up in this place. There's some things you're not supposed to. It's called the United Nations recognize it as war crimes.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things you can't do to people, man, that they done to us. You're not supposed to rape people. Imagine being a prisoner of war and they're raping not only you, they're raping your wife.
Mm-hmm.
They're raping your children. That's what's going on here in America every single day. They're dealing drugs to you. They're making you stay on drugs so you can come back to them for the drugs.
Right.
Or you go into rehabilitation where they get you on drugs once again.
Right.
It's a whole circle of chaos and destruction that they got for blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. And this place called America is destroying us every single day. This place is a cesspool, man. They refuse to let us go. But don't worry. They ain't gotta. They don't gotta let us go. Because a black man named Jesus Christ, who is the brother of the North American Indians and the
Right.
brother of the Hispanics,
Right.
he gonna come here and he is the king over all of them.
Damn right.
And he gonna come back here and free them.
That's right.
And he gonna make sure that their kingdom is established. But for that day to come, we gotta get right.
Right.
We can't hate our brothers no more. We must come together.
That's right.
If there's no unity amongst us, then we just gonna be divided. And they're gonna be able to conquer us every single day. Every day we keep living in this place, man.
Right.
I'm tired of being conquered. I'm tired of having the want and wish from these devils everything.
Damn
I
right.
want to go to the store. I got to ask the white man to do it. Damn it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everything we got in this place comes from his feet. I'm tired of it.
Damn right.
That's why I can't wait for the kingdom of the spicks, the kingdom of the niggas,
That's
the
right.
kingdoms of the savages. I
Damn
remember
right.
Cam Quad taught me that. He said, "Don't worry, Kariah." He said, "You don't gotta worry about none of that." He said, "You're gonna get your land back, out.
Damn
You're gonna
right.
get it back 10 times fold."
Damn
He
right.
said, "So your Hispanic brothers and your black brothers gonna be right there with you." I heard that. I said, "Well, I'm part of a cult now." I said, "Well, after that speech, I'm in here."
Right.
Yeah. Where our whole post right here.
Right.
Okay. Lord Christ, how you doing, Lord Christ? I drank the Kool-Aid. It's too late for me. And give me Zechariah 14 and 12.
Okay.
Actually, Salakia.
Go ahead.
Give me Psalms. Give me Psalms first. Give me Psalms 1 and 10. Then we gotta realize, man, like I said, America's end is near. America is on a ticking time bomb. America's end is gonna come like a thief in the night, like Christ prescribed.
Mm-hmm.
The end of this kingdom, don't think America gonna last forever. America's end is living on borrowed time, like the scriptures say. Say to know he have but a short time. America know they have but a short time left. Now, I'm not talking about the average white Joe you see walking up and down the street. He knows about as much as you. He hates you, but he knows about as much as you. But them that are in power, the kings of the earth, the Rothschilds, the Gettysburgs, the Vanderbons, all of them, they are the ones that you would call the so-called Illuminati. They know that their time is almost up. So the way they're gonna handle it, when each day keep passing by and keep going on, what they're gonna do is keep ramping up the destruction going to the North American Indian. Keep ramping up the destruction going to the black man. and the Hispanic man. But that's fine. Let them keep trying. Because blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you have a sanctuary now. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, while America is crumbling, we're going to keep building.
Right.
There's going to be no stopping us up in there. I got bad news for y'all. There ain't no stopping us. We going straight to the top, man.
Damn right.
That while this kingdom falls and crumbles around us, the Israelite School of UPK is going to build in power.
Damn right.
Till one day they're going to turn it over and they're going to see a UPK buildings on every corner.
Right.
The Christian church gonna be shut down. They're gonna be boarding up their windows, and we're gonna be there like, how much y'all want? 10,000? Oh, okay, that ain't bad. Let me call my general real quick, and we're gonna take it too. The takeover's in full effect, and I'm letting you know right now, we coming for everything. We coming for the buildings, coming for the women. We coming for everything. I'm letting you know right now, and you want to be part of the takeover, get with it, man. If not, if you want to be a coward, you want to be a drug addict, you want to be a homosexual, I understand. Stay in the world.
Right.
But if you want to have power, if you want to be a man again, get with the Israelite School of UPK. You see your oppressors, they gearing up for war. The Proud Boys, they in the range every day. They jumping, they getting strong. They shooting at 500 yards. They ready. They getting ready every single day. Well, that way you can't even buy a box of damn 9mm. It's $70 right now because I want to try. I'm like, oh my God, like I just need some like that. 50 shells, I need $70. You know what I mean? Because they buying it all up. They getting ready for war. Same way you got to prepare for war.
Damn right.
But like the scriptures say, our war ain't carnal. You can have a gun on you. Christ prescribed that. In the last days, keep a weapon on you. That's fine. But that's not how we're going to beat this oppressor. That's not how this kingdom's going to fall. This kingdom's going to fall by us saving our brothers, by us bringing our brothers to the truth, by the North American Indians getting off of drugs, getting off of alcoholism, ending our depression that we've been struggling through on the reservations, by bringing our families together, by helping the Hispanics, by helping the black man, woman, and child. That's what we got to do. We have to unite.
Damn right.
Because we're stronger together.
Damn right.
Someone should have told him because I won.
I'm telling you.
There ain't no better combo than black and brown.
Damn right.
Ain't no better combination. Ain't nothing look better than black and brown. You should try it. Go throw on some black pants and a brown shirt. And you gonna see it. You know what I'm saying? The simplest things, man. Ain't nothing better than us coming together. And trust me, it's like it's a vibe that never been seen on the earth before. But the ISUPK, we bringing it, man.
Damn.
Boy, because I won't give me that.
You said Psalm 110.
Yeah, verse 5. 110, verse 5.
Psalms chapter 110, verse 5. The Lord in thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
So what?
Strike through kings in the day of his wrath.
Do you want to give this a try? Because I don't want.
I'll go when Christ come back. Then he's gonna destroy the king. He's gonna destroy the kings of the earth, pretty much.
Who's the kings of the earth? Break it down like I'm somebody on the street.
Would the kings of the earth be the oppressors? So like America and the subsidiaries, all the other kings under him.
That's the point. He's gonna destroy the presidents, man. I know you think the presidents, the prime ministers, they got so much power and wealth. He's gonna destroy the Pope. We used to have an ancient. Oh, I love this painting. We had an ancient painting at 1 West 125th Street. It was a painting of Christ on a white horse. And on the bottom of his feet was the Pope being stompled by his horse. That's what's going to happen in the day when Christ returns. He's going to slaughter all the kings of the earth. Why? Because they took in crafty counsel against you. It was them that what?
Is that it right there? Slocky, sir.
No, there was one that was mighty. I'm going to have to show you one day. We wanted to get it in here, but we wasn't able to. But it was a powerful image of Christ on a white horse. And at the bottom of his feet was the Pope. Pope ain't trying. It was outstanding. I look at it every day. I'm just like, I like that. I like that. I'm gonna get that one day. I'm gonna get it on a T-shirt or something because that was hardcore. And that's what's gonna happen. Christ is coming back to make war with these men. Why? Because they made war with us. They made war with the Hispanics. They called the Hispanics illegal immigrants, but this is their land. They threw the Native American Indians on reservations. Imagine me throwing you in a reserved place. I say, you can only move here. You can only move around here, but this is your land. You're going to be filled with anger and hatred. They threw black people in the ghettos and threw guns and drugs all through their ghettos, all through the reservations, all through the barrios, but we built America.
Right.
They made war with us.
Right.
They made war with God's chosen people.
Damn,
so when the God of the niggas comes back, when the God of the savages, of the
Right.
spicks and the wetbacks,
Right.
he's making war with them.
Damn right.
The CIA ain't gonna be able to stop them. The FBI, the Space Force, the
Right.
the Star Wars program, all
Oh,
that,
God, son.
ain't gonna be able to stop him. I pray we understand. The CIA just released files on files about UFOs. Once again, they basically said, yeah, UFOs that existed, ain't nothing we can really do about it. We shot at them a ton of times, but we always somehow miss. We always somehow miss, or weapons have no effect. That's the white man tell you right there. We're screwed.
Right.
We don't know what to do.
Mhm.
The UFOs, man, are the chariots of the Most High God, and that's what He gonna use to come back and destroy this place.
Damn right.
And it's gonna come. And the day that you think Christians are gonna come together and sing Kumbaya, and y'all just not gonna be injured or hurt. That's not. It's gonna be a rapture. That's not what's gonna happen. What's gonna happen is bombs is gonna hit this earth, and there's gonna be niggas on horses coming down for warfare. I'm just telling you what's gonna happen. So you ain't surprised when it happens.
Right.
Y'all gonna think back to this time and be there like, damn, Karyash was right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Khan. Verse 6. He shall judge among the heathen.
You shall what?
Judge among the heathen.
You don't judge the heathen. You Chinese, all y'all wicked things y'all did, y'all want to beat up black women and Hispanic women in your stores? Off with them. Y'all white people, man. Oh, okay, yeah. Y'all want to enslave blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans? Oh, okay. You want to put drugs in their neighborhood? It's going to be a long list. When Christ gets to Europeans, he's going to be there like, God damn. He gonna be like, y'all went too damn far. It's going to be a list down to the floor.
Right.
Like Christ gonna be like, damn. He gonna be looking there like, Donald Trump, you said Mexicans were rapists, drug dealers, and savages, and that they were to be killed. Yeah, nah, you ain't gonna make it, buddy.
Right.
You ain't gonna make it to a slave plantation. We're gonna have to kill you now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what Christ gonna bring on that day. He gonna judge the heathen. Go ahead.
Khan. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies.
He shall what?
Fill the places with the dead bodies.
One more time.
He shall fill the places with the dead bodies.
All the streets of America, of China, Palestine, they're going to be filled with dead bodies. That's what Christ's going to bring. He's going to lay dead body. He's coming back for killing. Christ is God, the Lord in heaven is the biggest gangster of all time. He's sending his son back to do killing. He's sending them back. He's coming back for blood. Y'all think Christ is coming back for hugs and sunshine and he's a Care Bear, ain't he?
Right.
He's coming back to make love with everybody and it's okay. I know y'all drug dealers and it's all right. It's fine. I love y'all. I know y'all killed Mexicans and Native Americans for so long. I love you. You think that's what he's coming back for? You're going to wake up to a rude awakening.
Damn
The Lord's telling you right now, he's coming back to kill. They're going to lay out dead bodies.
Damn right.
How do you get dead bodies? By killing them.
Right.
Keep going.
Khan. He shall wound the heads over many countries.
No, he's a heavy one. What do you think that means? Because I don't know. The heads over many countries.
Would that mean the ideology of those countries?
No. It goes more to what we talked in the beginning with the kings.
So is this like so the heads over the countries will be the leaders of the countries?
That's the point. All the leaders of America, of Europe, of all these other nations, they're gonna pay. All of them. They won't escape with this. Now, it's one thing for cops to be killing people. It's one thing for the cops to be killing the Native Americans and killing black people. It's one thing for the ICE agents to be killing and robbing and throwing Mexicans in jail cells and all that. But who gave them the order?
Right.
Who put all the feminization that's going on with blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, all the propaganda that's put on the TV front, who's letting it be put out there?
Right.
All this homosexuality and all this drug abuse that's being legalized, who's allowing it?
Right.
Who's legalizing the laws? Who made it a law allowing that you could kill Native American Indians for fun? If you scalped a Native American Indian, there'd be a time in the back in the day that you come back with a Native American Indian scalp, you'd be paid $10. You come back with an ear, that's $5. They treated you like game, like sport, like it was fun to kill you. White men would go out in the middle of the night riding horses, gunning down and killing innocent black and Hispanics and Native American Indians. And they did it with all of us. They did it to the Mexicans. They did it to black people. They did it to the Native American Indians.
Right.
And for that, when Christ comes back, everyone's going to pay.
Damn right.
From the top of the heads to the children, goddammit. Because that's justice. Boy.
Khan, verse 7. He shall drink of the brook in the way, therefore shall he lift up the head.
Oh, so like, we're gonna drop that. Give me Joel 3 verse 19. We got a few more scriptures, then we're gonna get on out of here, man. Okay. Again, man, shout out to Officer of Safety Keziah, man. Great brother in this truth, a heavy-hitting brother. He gonna come up in here, man. He is an excellent brother, man. Many brothers just strive to be like that brother right here, man.
The water, sir.
Many brothers up in here, they we don't understand. I don't think they understand Keziah. You want to experience brotherhood, you know, because there's so many different groups and organizations and fraternities that promote brotherhood and society and fatherhood and coming together, but nothing is like the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right.
Go join AIM. Go join the American Indian Movement. They ain't gonna do nothing for you. Go join the Brown Berets, the Black Panthers. They all gonna do nothing but deal drugs. That's where it produces. Why? Because you got no morals. Because you promote homosexuality. You promote drug abuse. Up in here, we deny it.
Damn right.
Up in here, you are not allowed to deal drugs in here. Up in here, you are not allowed to be a sexual deviant.
Damn right.
Up in here, you are not allowed to be a drug dealer. Up in here, you are not allowed to abuse women.
Right.
Up in here, you are not allowed to do everything that the world allows you to.
That's right.
That what makes us different. That's why Christ said what? We are the light of the world.
Right.
You see us, you see perfection. I'm just letting you know. Because up in here, we are not drug dealers.
Damn right.
We're not drug addicts.
Right.
We're not beating our women. We're beating them by a different way. I pray we understand. We're not beating them. We're not the coward. We check them.
Right.
We're gonna check on. I don't need to beat my woman. You know, I say it because so many Native Americans, so many Hispanics, you do it. You get drunk off the range and you beat your woman. I don't need to beat my woman.
Right.
My voice is all I need.
Right.
The Lord gave me a voice. He gave us all a voice that can put your woman in check.
Right.
Just like when we out in street battles on the corners. You out there battling with some nut job. Yeah, I don't need to put my hands on him.
Right.
I can shame him just with my knowledge.
Right.
Just with my voice, by blazing on him. That's why what? The scriptures say what? When it talks in Revelations. Any that shall harm them, fire proceedeth out their mouth. You can try to harm me. I'm a blaze on you. And you gonna learn the hard way. You should have walked away. You're gonna be shamed. And once you get shamed, we either gonna have to throw the hands in or you're gonna walk away.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
That's what it's gonna come down to. But go ahead.
So like you said, Joel chapter 2 verse 1, right?
3 verse 19.
3 verse 19. Slack.
You good, no sweat.
Joel chapter 3 verse 19. Egypt shall be a desolation.
Egypt is a desolation, is it not?
Okay.
Egypt is destroyed. Egypt is done for. All the Egyptians, all these little Africans that was ruling over us in the time past, we can't even find them no more.
Right.
Go ahead.
Khan. And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness.
And Edom shall be a desolate wilderness. Edom. Who's the nation of Edom according to the Bible? The so-called oppressor. The Europeans, the colonizers, whatever you want to call them. They are the ones that will be a desolate wilderness. How? Christ is going to bomb them back into the Stone Age. That's what's going to happen. There's going to be nuclear warfare, and they're going to bomb each other, man. You know, if one nation shoots a nuke, everybody's shooting a nuke. And this whole place, America, as you know, is going to be a lake of fire and dust. And it's going to be beautiful.
Damn right.
You know, it's going to be something like you've never seen before. Why? Because America is soaked up with the blood of the North American Indian. And that's why they got to pay. That's why America wants to be destroyed. America can no longer be redeemed. America is filled up with so much hate and iniquity, it must be wiped off the face of the earth. So Edom will be a desolate wilderness. Go ahead.
Kind of,
Go,
if
go
I
ahead.
could, and Salaki, if I could, is hey, what you bringing out? How they Independence Day was bombs was all those fireworks and bombs bursting in the air. That's gonna be our independence
Damn right.
when Christ come back and their destruction happens as well.
That's heavy. What the brother just said is heavy. When they do their Independence Day, they throwing the bombs up. Hell, they used to put firecrackers in your mouth, blow you up. That's what we want to really get into Independence Day. That's what they was doing. So that's how they celebrate it. Well, don't sweat it. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Your independence gonna be coming with nukes. They gonna be making theirs look small. They coming out with the M80s and the fire. You know, they think they doing something. They send off car alarms,
Right.
and they think they doing something. When Christ gonna come back with nukes, it's gonna be one hell of a day,
Damn
man.
right.
Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you must pray to live to that day. You want to live through that day, man. Get up in here. We the doomsday preppers. We the doomsday preppers. And we're not hoarding food. We're not in the corner. We're not in a bunker hiding.
Right.
We're out in the open, but we're training you how to survive these last days.
Damn right.
And the only way you're going to do it is by getting off of drugs.
Damn right.
It's by not being a whore. It's by not sleeping with your brother's woman. It's by not hating your brother, blacks and Hispanics. The Native American Indian, we have to change ourselves and forget the culture that America has forced on us.
Right.
And retake the culture that they stole from us.
That's right.
Which is loving our brothers. Which is loving our family. I love these brothers up in this school like no one else.
Damn right.
I pray we understand.
Kind
Go ahead.
of kind. For the violence against the children of Judah.
For the what?
For the violence against the children of Judah.
For the violence they done for the children of Judah. Who's the children of Judah? The so-called Negroes, the West Indians, the brothers from Trinidad and Tobago, the children of Judah, the crimes and the punishment you've done to them. It's no mystery. Everybody knows about slavery, goddamn. Everybody knows about the alligator bait.
Right.
Everybody knows about Jim Crow. Everybody knows about the civil rights movement. It's no hidden history what they've done to black people.
Right.
So for the crimes and the wickedness they done to the children of Judah, go ahead.
Because they have shed innocent blood in their land.
Because they what?
Have shed innocent blood in their land.
They have shed innocent blood in our land. Up in this land, in America, they shed our blood every single day. They shed the blood of the black man, the Hispanic man, the Native American man, woman, and child. Not a day go by where they don't kill us, man.
Damn right.
If we could keep track, like we was keeping tallies, it'd be tremendous. Every day of the year, they're going to be another death of our people and our people alone. Damn. The Chinese don't die at our rate. They don't kill them. You think they die at a traffic stop? You think when they get pulled over for a seatbelt, you don't even get pulled over for seatbelt checks. But you think when they get pulled over for speeding, you think they get 5 in the back? No, not us. You think when they reach for their wallet, they get shot?
No, sir.
No, not them. But let you make a wrong move at a traffic stop, you're getting 20 put in your chest. He's reloading. He's loading that clip back in and continue to shoot you. You're lifeless. And he's still going to keep pointing holes at you.
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 20. Verse 20. But Judah shall dwell forever in Jerusalem from generation to generation.
Judah and Jerusalem talking about what? Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. We going to dwell forever. As for them, they're going to be cut off. There's not, like they said in the Maccabees, there is going to be no resurrection of life for them. For them, they're not going to have a kingdom. We will. There's a place for niggas, spics, and wetbacks. And it's the Israelite school UPK. And when Christ comes back, we hope through all our work and our long suffering, that there'll be a kingdom in our place. Right. There'll be a crown for all of us. Continue.
Verse 21. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed.
Go ahead.
For the Lord dwelleth in Zion.
The what?
The Lord dwelleth in Zion.
The Lord dwelleth in Zion. Meaning what? The Lord dwelleth with Israel. He dwelt with blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. He don't dwell with the East Indians. Right. He don't give a damn about Stop Asian Hate. He don't give a damn about everything they're going through. He gives a damn what blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians are going through. Don't get me wrong. The Lord sees the unjustifiable acts that the oppressor has done to all the other nations. You know, he done wicked things to everybody on this earth. We all know that. But the crimes that they done to blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, that's what he gives a damn about. Like, it's one thing. Imagine you at a park and you see someone kick your kid. You getting up and you whooping you whooping them.
Damn right.
Now, if you see them kick someone else's kid, you're gonna be like, well, yeah, that ain't right, but that ain't my problem.
Right.
Ain't my
Right.
kid.
Right.
But let them come kick your kid. You gonna be like you gonna get up. What you point your hands on my kid for?
Mhm.
It's the same way with the Lord. We're the Lord's children, man. The rest, the Lord don't really care about. He just like, all right, you know, oh damn, I saw that's messed up, but ain't my kid. But let you come kick his kid, he gonna, the hell, who do these niggas think they is?
Right.
Coming over here pointing hands on my kid. He gonna get up and do something. And what the Lord's gonna get up and do is gonna be warfare.
Right.
Y'all messed with the wrong son, with the wrong father-son duo.
Right.
With all the nations y'all could have enslaved, y'all messed with the wrong one.
Damn right.
And y'all gonna learn that the hard way.
Right.
Go ahead, cause I want. Oh wait, yeah. Drop that. Give me Revelations. Give me Revelations 13, verse 4. Would you?
Right.
Oh, you picked it. Almost like crazy. That Lord right there. Go ahead, give me it.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 4. And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast.
Now, what's a dragon? I want to see if you know this. What's a dragon? And what's the beast?
The dragon will be so-called white man.
Mm-hmm.
It gave power unto the beast. Would that be?
What's the mark of the beast?
Religion.
God.
Okay, so over the Christian church.
Right. He gave power unto the beast. So they worship. Read it one more time. I'll break it down.
And they worship the dragon.
And they worship the dragon. That's what's going on here in America and every day on the reservations, in the barrios, in the Christian church. That's why you got that white Jesus around your neck, on the dashboard of your car, in your grandma's house. That's why he's everywhere you ever look upon. Niggas got it tattooed on their chest. You know, they got the Virgin Mary on their back. They got T-shirts with his devil on them. You understand? Why? Because they all worship the dragon being our oppressor. Go ahead.
Which gave power unto the beast.
And they get power onto the beast. What's the beast? That image of Caesar Borgia. Of all them white naked babies with their rods out. Mm-hmm. That's the image of the beast. That's the beast. That's Christianity. That's the form of propaganda that the white man made us indulge in and made us eat to make us worship him. Go ahead.
And they worship the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast?
And this is what they say. Who's like him? How are y'all going to sit here and talk about oppressors and Europeans and colonizers like they didn't save us? Mm-hmm. There's Native Americans that tell me right now that it was a good thing that the white man colonized us. Mm-hmm. There's black people that say the same thing. Right. Hispanics that sit here and they be like, well, you know, we had to be enslaved and, you know, they had to do that to us because, we would have just killed ourselves because we ain't no good niggas anyway. Mm-hmm. You heard this before, right? Mm-hmm. That's what they always say. Why? Because we're destroyed. Because we hate ourselves. Who's like unto the beast? Go ahead.
Who is able to make war with him?
And that's what they say when we're making classes like this. Mm-hmm. We're making classes and we're on the street corners. How y'all niggas, y'all Power Rangers, gonna sit up here with your fringes and your headpieces and you're gonna sit up here and say we're gonna take the white man out and y'all gonna make a kingdom of niggas and spics? That's what they say. Who's able to make war with him? Who's able to stand against him? Y'all ain't got no fighter jets. Y'all ain't no guerrilla army. Y'all ain't gonna storm. Y'all ain't like the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys actually did something. They stormed the White House. Y'all niggas just sitting here talking mess. That's all y'all do. Go get a job. Bums. Y'all some bums. Y'all some. If I had $1 for every time we been on the street corner called a bum, I'd be rich because I want. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies.
And it was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. What are those great things and blasphemies? I want to see if you know.
Pretty much, would that be saying like all this Salakia?
You don't know? If you don't know, where he said them great things and blasphemies is what he said God's chosen people with niggas, spicks, and wetbacks. That's what he did. He brought great things and blasphemies. He spoke out against God's chosen people. He called the North American Indians, which is a tribe of Gad, which is God's chosen people. Mm-hmm. He called them savages. Right. He called black people niggas and spooks and coons. And then he called the Hispanics and the Mexicans and the Puerto Ricans spicks and wetbacks. and what they called me back in the day, border babies. They called me back in the day. As a long story, I do not want to go back to. And border babies. What else? Spanish monkeys. It was bad. They called them everything on the book. But this is the blasphemies and the great things they spoke against God's chosen people. Go ahead.
Khan, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months.
Go ahead.
Verse 6. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God.
He opened his mouth and blasphemed against the Lord. How you blaspheme against the Lord? By making white images in the ways of the Lord. Now, when you think of God and you think of Christ up in heaven, you think of a white man. Close your eyes. When your grandma dies on her deathbed, she's going to die thinking about a white Jesus. So that's what's in her room. That's what's in her bed frame. You better not touch it. You better not touch it. I can't get you. Was you right? You took it down from your grandma's house. Hey, get Kazaa on the hand, man. That's something heavy, man. To go into your grandma's house and just take the picture off the wall. That's heavy. Cause half y'all niggas watching the stream or do that, they be sitting there, grandma, we can't do it. Your grandma gonna check you. Your grandma 84 years old, but she gonna check you. And not me. I told them all, man, we ain't gonna do none of this. I'll tell you, I took my mom's down, threw her down. She don't even believe in that, so she says, and she flipped out on me. My mom's damn near kicked me out the house. She said, "What the hell is your problem? Are you crazy?" I was like, I thought we all hated this thing. Right. You know what I mean? We keep going.
Khan. And Salakia. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God to blaspheme his name.
How they blaspheme the Lord's name? Through saying up these images, saying up these religions and all that. Go ahead.
And his tabernacle.
Go ahead.
And them that dwell in heaven.
They did his tabernacle what? The tabernacle what? The tabernacle of God is the Israelites. So the way they did that to us is by painting over all the pictures of Peter and Paul. Painting over all, well, we got, what's that book up in here? Russian icons. What was you going to say? Black image and the white mind? No. That's a good one too. Black image and the white mind, Russian icons. It all shows all the, how the only things we got left is from a Russian church that was built around the 17th century, if I recall. And there's all images of Black Christ. They're all the original pictures that they took from this church, right? There are all the original pictures that the white man painted over during the Renaissance period. Renaissance period being what? The rebirth period, as they like to say. Why was it the rebirth period? Because it was them reborning everything that we had. So they rebirthed the Bible. Now you got the English Standard Version. Now you got the New King James Version. Now they got the King James without the Apocrypha. That's what the rebirth period. They painted over all the images of Christ and all the images of the angels and made them little gay babies. I will never get over that. The angels are something dangerous and powerful, and you're going to make them gay little white babies. They're going to pay for that. The angels going to come down here and see that, and they ain't going to have nothing to do with me. I'm being a back, Lord allow, and just watching. Be like, damn, someone should have told them not to do that. Glad that ain't me. You know, you ever see someone get wailed on, and you're just like, damn, glad that wasn't me right there. I don't know what they did to get them niggas that mad, but I'm glad that not me. That's what's going to happen. Go ahead.
Khan, verse 7. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints.
And this is what happened. He made war with us. He made war with the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. The saints of the Bible is the Israelites. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians. He made war with the saints. He made war with the Native American Indians when he came here in 1492 and he started slaughtering us. When Christopher Columbus first said that he must be made to work. That there's no great, he said it. He said there's no greater people on this earth. There's not one a better nation. There's no one more peaceable. We must make them slaves. That's how he felt about God's chosen people. He met the blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians and said, made them be slaves. Make them work. That if you didn't come back with enough gold, your daughters would be sold as sex slaves. If you didn't come back to them with enough gold, your hands would be chopped off. You'd be raped, you'd be slaughtered and fed to dogs. This is the destruction that they did to us, man. All the way to this day and age in 2021. We still getting shot in the back. We're still being killed. We're still being hunted. Why? Because we're God's chosen people. He made war with the saints. Go ahead.
Kind of Wakan. And to overcome them, and power was given him over all kindreds.
And power was given over, and he overcame us. We can't forget that part. He overcame us. That's why you speak Spanish. That's why you speak English. That's why you think. That's why you think Christ is some white boy up in heaven, because he overcame us. Start after that. My bad. Salai.
Overcame them, and power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
That's what we were going over earlier in class. Now he controls the entire earth. He took over the saints. He took out God's chosen people. He took out the true rulers of the earth. Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you're supposed to rule. But he took you out. Now he's able to control the world. Now he says everybody must wear a suit and tie. The number one language in the world must be English or Spanish. That's what he chose. That's what he set up. That's his empire. Now he has power over all kindreds, over all tongues, over all nations. Go ahead. Skip down to verse 9.
Kind of Wakan. If any man have an ear, let him hear.
Now, this is the part we love.
Kind of Wakan.
It's like music to my ears when I hear this. It's Judgment Day right here, baby. Read.
Kind of Wakan. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity.
Don't sweat it. Native American man, black man, Hispanic man, they led us into captivity. That's true. They did that. They overcame us. They slaughtered us. They threw us into slavery. They separated us one from another. Go ahead.
Kind of
What
Wakan.
you want to say? Lord Christ. So like if I could, I'm in class. Can I give you a call back in like 10 minutes? No, you good. Lord Christ. Go ahead, read one more time for me because I don't.
Kind of Wakan. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Shall what?
Shall go into captivity.
So they led us into captivity. They threw us into slavery. They
Right.
they stole our children from us and stole our culture. Don't sweat it. They're going to be put into captivity.
Damn right.
The children of Cortez are going to be thrown into captivity.
Right.
The children of Christopher Columbus, of John Adams, of Thomas Jefferson,
Right.
of George Washington, of Abraham Lincoln, they're going to be put into slavery for what they done to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. For what they did to the niggers, of what they did to the savages, of what they did to the spics, of what they done to the ones that been the lowest of the low, the ones that been the hated of the hated. They're going to have to pay for that because those are God's chosen people. Those are the Lord's founded. Those are the Lord's prodigal sons.
Right.
They led us into captivity. They're going to be led into captivity. Read.
Kind of Wakan. He that killeth with a sword.
And he killed us. He did a lot of killing. Over 100 million over just to kill for the continent of America. That's over 100 million North American Indians.
Right.
Over 120 for the Central and South America. Over 100 million black people just on the boat ride here to America alone. He got blood on his hands, man. Blood that cannot be washed away.
Right.
Except with more bloodshed. He that killeth with captivity. He that killeth, go ahead.
He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
Must be killed with the sword. The day is coming where Jesus Christ is going to come back with 200 million black and brown angels, and he's going to kill all oppressors.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. He's going to make war with them, and we're going to do it right now. We doing it right now, but I'm not going to pick up a gun and the AR-15. They saying I'm not going to shoot it out with the Proud Boys up in the street of America.
Right.
I pray we understand. That's not what I'm going to do. That's not what we're doing up in the Israelite School of UPK. We're going to do something more powerful than nuclear bombs. We're going to do something more powerful than AR-15s and AK-47s. We're not going to be jihadists and tie bombs onto ourselves and drive into shopping malls. That's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to separate from America. We're going to do something 1,000 times more powerful than C4 and nuclear bombs. We're going to get blacks and Hispanics to love each other once again. Blacks and Native American Indians are going to call each other brother and sister once again. Up in here, we are going to be united once again. Up in here, we are going to separate ourselves from the American philosophy. We're not going to vote. We're not going to sit in your church systems. We're not going to partake in your court systems. We're going to partake in our systems. We're going to live by the way the Lord wanted us to live. We're not going to be drug dealers. We're not going to be drug addicts. We're not going to be child molesters. We're not going to be pedophiles. We are going to be what the Lord ordained us to be, which are going to be his priests and prophets.
Right.
That's what we're ordained to be. That's what we're here for. We're here to lead the world. We're here to lead blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians to be better once again, man.
Right.
They said make America great again. We're going to make the rest great again.
Damn
We're going to
right.
make the ghettos great again.
Damn
We're
right.
going to make the barrios great again.
Damn
You
right.
understand? We'll make blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians the #1 nation that this earth has ever seen.
Damn right.
Any more on that, Kazal?
Just a little bit. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints.
And this is the patience and the faith of the saints. Ooh-wee. And this day is coming. Give me the last one, Zechariah 14:12. We're gonna end it there. The last scripture. I know we've been here for a minute, but I had to tell this one. This is one of the most beautiful scriptures, and I love it. The plague, the final plague. You think the COVID-19 was a plague, huh? Well, there's one coming more drastic. He killed us. He slaughtered us. We just touched on that. The Lord said He's gonna put them into captivity and slaughter them for murdering us, and that's music to my ears.
Damn right.
That means your grandfathers and your granddaughters and everybody back in the days of old, your great grandmothers and everybody, they didn't die for no reason.
Right.
They didn't suffer and be put through all these things for no reason. Your family is going to be redeemed. But for it to be redeemed, you must change yourself. You must change your lifestyle.
Right.
And it's only going to be done in the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Go ahead, give me that, because I want.
Zechariah chapter 14, verse 12. And this shall be the plagues wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem.
This is a plague that the Lord's going to bring. They're going to hit the people. They're going to smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Who's Jerusalem? Blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians.
Right.
It's a metaphor right now. The Lord is comparing us to Jerusalem, saying that we're Israel. The Blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians were the nation of Israel. So something's going to smite them. Let's see what it is, Shazawan.
Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet.
So imagine someone standing on their feet and their flesh just starts consuming away. You ever seen Terminator 2? I always think when I read this scripture, go watch Terminator 2, just the opening scene. It's like the first 5 minutes. And you want to break down to this scripture, you're going to see it right there. Or they're going to stand. That's what she was. She was standing on her feet, holding on to the cage, and the fire, the nuclear, just burnt her skin off. That's what's coming to America. Read. In their eyes.
And their eyes shall consume away in their holes.
And their eyes are going to be burnt out their sockets. Read.
And their tongue shall consume away in their mouth.
You think the COVID-19 was something? I hear you. The bird flu, the swine flu, the Spanish flu, I hear you. But there's going to be a bigger plague that is going to wipe billions off of this earth.
Right.
It's going to make them burn their eyes out their socket, and their tongue is going to melt to their mouth, and their flesh is going to be non-extinct, man. What they did to Nagasaki and Hiroshima is going to look like light work, what the Lord is going to let happen to America.
Damn right.
America is going to pay for the injustice and the crimes they've done to God's chosen people, which is the Native Americans, blacks, and Hispanics. Man.
Damn right.
But for that day to come, blacks, Hispanics, and North American Indians, you must live your life according to the way of the Bible, according to the way of the Lord, or you're going to be caught up in it, man. That's just the facts of it.
Damn
you have to change your life. You got to stop doing drugs. You got to stop doing everything we just talked about. We went over it thoroughly. So either change your life or get caught up in the hellfire, man. And that's what it's going to come down to. With that, we are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under Commanding General Yohana. It started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Bringing the truth to you as always. Stay in tune for the Midwest Fire Weekend, July 22nd through the 24th, man. July 22nd, we got Jeremiah Hyman's class at the Chicago School, 6 to 8 p.m. That's 938 East 79th Street, 6 to 8 p.m. It's going to be here at the Chicago School, Jeremiah Hyman. Then the 23rd, we're going to have camp downtown and on the west side. And we're going to have my lecture. I forget that. The lecture with me, Thabawan Bungad, excellent brother. The brother coming all the way out from California, man. We're going to make sure he gets here. He have a room to stay. And he gonna bring it, man. That brother going to outshine me. I'm letting you know right now, that brother going to bring it. Right. And then after that, we got the Black and Brown Cookout at Douglas Park, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. And with that, Precinct Officer 1000 Karyas. So water again, once again, Precinct Officer 50 Kazawa. Shalom.